systems on the blockchain than to have a proprietary systems on your own IT systems. Then came the second generation, mostly ICOs from second half of 17 and first half of this year, with many projects around security. There is a very ambitious project from Israel called IoT, which tried to give a signature to any IoT device, from the device to the information systems. They have raised 40 million US dollar I think in January. So there are around 7-10 projects here in Europe. And then there are all this category of storage. How do you manage this flow of data generated by all those billions of devices? How do you organize that, and how do you organize the fact that we can use those data in a very secure way? That's our focus at Smarthab. So the idea behind that is to say that if you plug the IoT devices or the related cloud applications or information system directly to the blockchain, then the blockchain will become the trusted party by design. Because in all these ecosystems, it's always multi-parties business relations, and each party is suspecting the others to trick the data. If you write the data on the blockchain, you solve this problem. So you can A, solve the problem of the trust, and B, at the moment the data is genuine, cannot be corrupted, and is in the blockchain, you can imagine a lot of smart contract projects around using this data as a oracle. And this can be, of course, done in real time. So we have all have been shocked by the event of this bridge in Genoa that collapsed in August. And I was dreaming if we were maybe a few letters and we have implemented all of this, maybe the sensors that were reviewing the vibrations would have been reported to some blockchain technology, and maybe there would be a smart contract that crossing the data from the vibration sensors plus the weather report could have ordered at any time in the night to close the barriers at the entrance and the gangway of the bridge. So maybe the bridge would have collapsed, but without any damage to people. So and why? Because we would have been able to integrate all of this based on the data and based on the blockchain. So that's the vision I think you should keep from my presentation also. So, some examples. One example, and there are several good projects around that, is about electricity and energy. Because in all real estate infrastructure, there is a topic about if we introduce self-production systems like solar panels or wind machines, whatever, how the energy could be distributed in an area, in a building, in a district, in a city. So this is an example. Blocktricity, it's a French company who is providing and developing this technology. They allow all the parties in an area, in a city, to sell each other their energy. And it manages everything from the distribution, so the real service of distributing the energy, and also the trading and the investment. So that's very interesting. We have been in the conference in Frankfurt in May, and we have seen other projects around this, most of them carried by big energy companies, especially in Switzerland, Scandinavia, and China. Another very good example we are reviewing is smart access to co-working. So this is an example from Interlieu Montréal, developed by Living Lab. So the city of Montreal, they have developed this system where all the lockers from all the doors of every co-working spaces, community spaces, whatever, have been replaced by smart lock. So that with an app on your phone, you can anytime access 300 different working locations, co-working spaces, and they have currently 75,000 users. And of course, to guarantee the trust on this system, because we are talking about locks, so it's entering in an office, in a building, everything related to the identification of the users, and all the transactions are notarized on the blockchain. So it's mixing smart locks technology and blockchain technology, and this is real. This is not a project, this is not an MVP. It's a started end of 17, and it's now a massive usage. All the red dots you see are the locations that are managed by the system in the Montreal area in Canada. My company, Smarthab, we are developing our own technology around this called the HAB, H-A-B, which we call the black box for smart cities and smart buildings, where the idea is to, as I've said, is that we avoid that in such situation there is a conflict and time loss around chasing around the responsibilities. So we want to do the same thing that what the airline companies did 50 years ago when they decided to put black boxes in planes because it was easier to avoid the litigation between who is responsible of what has happened there. Is it the airline company? Is it Boeing? Is it Airbus? Is it the security system from the country where the flight was open? Was the pilots? So the idea here is to say if we capture the data from sensors in every real estate or infrastructure assets and we notarize them in the blockchain, we can bring more security. So the idea is to allow any IT systems working around those technologies to write data sets from data created by IoT devices into the blockchain in a totally decentralized way. And for this, because we need a lot of scalability, we are recommending a mix, an hybrid blockchain, mixing a private microchain and two public blockchains, which are Ethereum and Neo. And again, some use cases, because what we're looking around here is not theory about technology, it's a real usage. At the moment you do this, you can optimize SLA management, you can optimize security systems, you can simplify litigations when there are accidents, incidents, damages, you can reduce and facilitate insurance claims. Because at the moment the data is stored in a way that it's granted that it cannot be changed or tweaked, then it's much more easy to work on it because it's owned by a third party, and when this third party is a public blockchain, you know that you cannot change a block or a hash, or it's too expensive. Maybe you can, but it's too expensive. So this is the vision, and so you see that in this area of real estate property management and IoT, there are a lot of projects around. So I invite you to follow up on this, and maybe we have 2 minutes for Q&A if you have some, and I'm very happy to answer. And if not here, we have a little booth in the exhibition area.
Okay. I think we have time for one question.
Okay.
All right. So, who would like to suggest something? Didn't understand something? Clarification? How facility management works? There you go. The lady with my wine. I hope she's brought my wine.
It's coming. So to understand clearly, Smarthab relies on IoT to be installed in the buildings as well. If I understood correctly, I mean, if that's the case, how do you plan for your growth if you're dependent on the adoption of IoT and necessarily control that part of the...
It's a good question. The core business of Smarthab, because it's an existing PropTech company, is to implement smart home systems into multifamily residential units. That's our core business. This is not that scalable because we have to work country by country, project by project. The HAB technology is not related with, we are not in charge of deploying the IoT device. It works in conjunction with any IoT information systems that already exists. So we can work with Siemens that is managing heating system technologies in 1,000 buildings in Europe. We can work with any vendor, we can work with Comcast in the US. So this is pure software. Okay.
Thank you, Maria, for the question.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think this being shy. Yeah. Thank you.